Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So in this class we are going to discuss about three activities of soil. So first activities of soil is that to prove soil contains water. So let's see what the materials are required. First, spirit lamp, test tube, soil and glass lid. Now what you have to do, put the soil in a test tube and place it in front of a spirit lamp and place a glass lid over here, and you can see some water molecules is appearing at the under portion, at the inner portion of the glass lid. Here you can see some white water droplets are appearing. These are actually water vapor which deposited at the glass lid. So as you can see, these are the water droplets. So from this activity we can conclude that the water is present in the soil which has been evaporated due to the heat. So soil contains water. I hope you understood this activity. Now our second activity is to prove that soil can absorb water. So to do this activity, the materials are required, that is filter paper, dropper, measuring cylinder, beaker, funnel, weighing machine. Now first we have to place this filter paper on the funnel, then put some amount of soil which is dry soil. So after putting this soil, we have to place this filter paper along with the funnel. We have to place this on a beaker and place this beaker on the weight machine and measure the mass of the soil along with the beaker and funnel. So mass of the soil we get 150 gram. So we have to note it down. Then we have to take some amount of water, which is I have taken 100 ml water in a measuring cylinder. So this is 100 ml water. Now what you have to do, you have to take this water, some amount of water, with the help of a dropper. Now you have to put waters in the soil drop by drop. Now as you can see, by this way you have to put the water in the soil until some drops will fall from the filter paper. So until any drop you can see from the bottom portion from the filter paper, you have to put the water. Now as you can see, some water is falling from the funnel. Now you have to stop putting the water from the droplets, from the droppers. Now water has been absorbed by the soil and rest of the water, it is falling from the soil. Now to measure this, we have to take the reading of final measuring cylinder, which is 90 ml of water. Now we have to measure the weight of empty beaker without soil. So it is 123.5 gram. Now we have to take the note. So mass of the soil with beaker we get 150 gram. Without soil, the mass of the beaker, that means mass of the empty beaker, it is 123.5 gram. That means the mass of the soil, we have to subtract this value. So the mass of the soil we get 26.5 gram. Okay. Now The initial volume of water. The initial volume of water in the measuring cylinder is 100 ml. So 100 ml water we have taken. And after observing the final reading of the measuring cylinder, which is the volume of water, is 90 ml. That means 10 ml of water has been absorbed by the soil. So by subtracting we get this 10 ml value. So total volume of water absorbed by the soil is 100 minus 90 ml is equal to 10 ml. So this is the water. So how to calculate the percentage of water in soil? So percentage of water in soil, there is a formula. What is the formula? This is the volume of water absorbed by the soil divided by mass of the soil into 100. Sorry, here into 100. Okay. Now volume of water we get 10 ml and the mass of the soil is 26.5. Yes. So 26.5 gram into 100. So after calculating we get 37.7%. So this is the percentage of water in soil. Okay, that is 37.7%. Okay, now our activity 3. So I hope you understand the previous two activities. So third number activity is soil allows water to percolate. This we have to prove. Now first you have to know what is the percolate. So as you know, soil is a porous solid. Porous solid, that means there is many small air gaps are present in the soil. So soil is a porous solid or porous solid substance where many tiny pores are present. So now the process in which the water passes down slowly through this soil is called the percolation of water. Okay. Now to understand this, let's take a beaker and put some soil. So I am drawing some small particles as a soil. So these are soil. So there are too many gaps are present. Okay. So when you suppose there is a measuring cylinder or there is any cylinder where waters are taken. Now if you put the water in the soil, if you drops the water in the soil, so what will happen? The waters will pass through the tiny holes. The water will pass through the tiny holes and it will pass to the bottom part and store there. So this process is called percolation of water. So different types of soil has different percolation rate. So the rate of percolation is called percolation rate of water or rate of percolation of water. Both are same actually. So the amount which can percolate the soil is called percolation rate of percolation of water. Now to do this we have to do a activity. To understand this we have to do a activity. So the activity is just like that. We have to take a beaker. We have to take some amount of sand in this beaker. So these are sands. You can also use soil, but you can also use sand. Actually we have to use instead of sand we have to use soil, but I am taking sand as an example. Now we have to put a open cylinder whose two mouths are open, two ends are open, and by a measuring cylinder we have to drop the water through the cylinder. So cylinder is two ends are open, and these can be glass tube also, this can be PVC pipe also. No, there is nothing to worry. Now the water will passing through water droplets are passing through the tiny holes. This is called percolation. Now to calculate the rate of percolation, there is a process. That means we have to take some timers to calculate the time, and as well as measuring cylinder. So percolation rate is actually in the soil. The percolation rate of water in the soil is the volume of water in millimeters which passes down the soil per minute. So the formula will be volume of water passing divided by time taken in minute. So time taken per minute, that is the formula. So I hope you understand these things. What is the percolation? Now let's see. So I have taken a beaker, and I have put some sand in the beaker, and then I have dipped a hollow cylinder through which we have to put the water. Now there is a measuring cylinder where I have taken 500 ml water, and here is the stopwatch, as you can see. Now I have started the stopwatch, and I am dropping the waters. I have started dropping the waters through the cylinder, and it will definitely take time to drop all the 500 ml water through this pipe, because the radius of the pipe is small. That is why it will take time. Now I have fast forwarded this video. So as you can see, these are the water layers which is going down due to the process of percolation, because waters are spreading in the all tiny holes. Now this is the sand, which now you can see the sand is look like wet. See, waters are coming top of the sand. So waters are coming top of the sand, and as you can see, I am touching the water. This is the water. So waters are coming from the sand. That means water has been absorbed by the sand. Now extra water, it is rest on the top portion. So let us calculate the value. So volume of water we have taken 500 ml, and the timing to complete this 500 ml and percolate it, that is 4 minutes. Now if we divide, that is 125 ml, means milliliter per minute, ml per minute. So this is the percolation rate of water, percolation rate of soil. Now this is the percolation rate of soil. Now as soil is very loose and it is very large molecules, that means many tiny holes is present in the sand. That is why water can easily pass through it. But for that is why the percolation rate of sand is very high, because many amount of water can be passing through this sand in a short time. But for clay, it is soft, isn't it? There is many tiny particles are present, but very less amount of empty space are present there. So water cannot passing through the clay soil. So for clay soil, the percentage of percolation rate is very low, because it can store the water in front, around it. It can store the water, or it can absorb more water. More water it can absorb. So suppose there is a clay soil, you can see. Now if rain is falling, so raindrops is surrounded by this clay soil, but for the sand case in the right hand side you can see, so this is, I'm choosing blue color as a raindrops. So raindrops are falling in the sand soil. Now you can see this is sand soil and this is clay soil. So sand soil, the rainwater will pass through the sand soil. That is why the percolation rate is very high. Okay, so I hope you understand. Now in this clay soil, actually paddy type means rice crop, and this type of crops will grow in the clay soil because rice crop needs more water. So in the clay soil can absorb more water and can hold much amount of water. So I hope you understand all the topics and all the three activities which has been shown here. Now if you have any type of problem, you can comment in the comment section, or you can also text me through my WhatsApp. Thank you everyone for watching this video. You can subscribe my channel and like and comment also. Thank you.